Hey everybody, I'm Samurai Jedi, and today we're going to be talking about Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes and how to farm on a daily basis. So the reason why I made this video, this game has been out for a few years. There's a lot of people that love playing this game still, and I still come across people that um, just they're missing a lot of things on a regular basis. So since I play on iOS and I had to video capture this, I actually had to borrow a friend's account. So today we're going to actually be not viewing my account, we're going to be using a friend's. Okay, so let's jump right into this and we're going to get started. The first thing you're going to want to do is to identify the characters that you want to develop. Um, and there's multiple places in this game to farm. So the best thing I could probably do is let's just go through the daily routine that I normally do, and then we can kind of summarize and I can point out some things after that. So the first thing you're going to want to do is come in here and you're going to want to go to your login rewards. All right. So first claim that. All right. And that's going to bring you in here. Now, probably the important thing right off the bat is going to be your energies. So if you look right here and you'll see your different types of energies, there's also a fourth energy for your ships. These energies here, of course, it's really important on when you let them build up, so that way you can utilize for farming. So the first thing to really discuss is the time frames. Now, depending on what group you're in, because we're all sort of in these different shards or what they call, these groups. And for example, in mine, there's midnight is the time when the new day starts, and then you have 6 a.m., noon, 6 p.m., 7 p.m., and 9 p.m. are all certain payout times, and it's good for you to learn those. Noon is when they have a lot of the major bonus energies. 6 p.m. for me is the arena payout. 7 o'clock is the fleet arena payout. 9 o'clock is another bonus energy, and store refreshes. So at those particular times of the day, some stores refresh. Sometimes you get rewards. It's just good to learn all that. I don't want to go into that whole detail just right now. But what's important is that right now it's after 12 o'clock. So there's going to be two major times in the day you're going to want to play. Sometime in between midnight and noon, or if your payouts are 1 a.m. and 1 p.m., obviously that first half of the day. And then shortly after that, or after you build up some energy, you'll want to play another time, at least maybe two major times for your energies. Other times you check in, you can get other stuff. So let's go into our sort of the normal routine. So the first thing I like to do when I come in here is I'll just go ahead and purchase my 350 energy refills. All right. So I'll go ahead and do that, and then I like to come in here, and I sort of kind of will start up here at the store, and I tend to kind of work my way to the left, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So I'll go in here to the store and take care of my free stuff, because I'm passing all the stuff I can't afford. All right, this is the free part. I did a couple of them. Go in here. Now we're going to go over here to shipments. Now, my friend's account here, he's level 81. I'm level 85 and higher. So, but it doesn't, to me, it doesn't matter what level you are. You should come in here and you should always buy the shipments. Always. But especially if you're like a newer player, this is a great place to get gear, so for sure. Alright, so once you buy all those, go back out. Now I'm going to head over here to the Cantina. And we'll go in here. Now, this is a good place to talk about farming because, again, as we mentioned earlier, this is one of those farmable areas. This is the Cantina is one of those places where you're going to farm two characters, really. So, for example, right now, Syndulla is the character that's being farmed right here. So, we'll go in here. Farm. There we go. So we picked up some shards. All right. So if you notice up here, this is the currency that you're going to get after farming your character there. So now when you go into your redeem area, this is where you're going to be able to farm another character. Okay. So it's very important. Now in this case, they're farming Phoenix. So we'll go ahead and it looks like we're going to be able to go up more stars. That's awesome. But you can see here the different characters that you can farm. Some not so good. Some you're going to want to farm. So again, it just depends on your priority and what you're farming, but try to stay consistent. You know, if you're going to farm, you know, Poe Dameron or Qui-Gon or Boba, try to stick to those. Okay? All right. Let's get out of here now. So again, you have two. Now, one of the things that was my friend pointed out to me, if he gets Syndulla up to, like, say, 5 stars, he'll go over to Ezra and farm him up another star, and then he'll go back and he'll go like by stars sometimes. That's not bad if you're trying to get two people that are on the team that you really need, but I try to stick with one person and really get them farmed up as quick as I can so I can move on to the next. All right. So anyways, moving on. We got a lot to cover. It's a long video. I'm sorry, and in a way, maybe you'll learn a lot. Okay, so the next thing is challenges. You're going to go in here, and the most important thing about this, of course, do your challenges. This is a great place to pick up more gear and credits and mats. So, for sure, come in here, pick up that. Now, one more thing I guess I should point out in challenges. Let me go back in here. You usually will have a challenge over here, like your bounty hunter. You can get ship stuff, or your training droid things. You can do all of that, and you'll get 3 opportunities in the day to do that. And then the other challenge, you'll have 5 opportunities. So throughout the day, try to go back to them, but at least farm each one right now, because that's going to go towards your daily tasks. Now from here, I also like to go ahead and sometimes I'll just go ahead and jump right into my dark side and light side stuff. So characters, because part of the daily task is you have to farm 3 hard node battles and 3 light side node battles. So here you can see that my friend here has used his favorite tag to mark the different characters that he's working on right now. So in this case, Bastilla, this is going to be your dark side grind. And this is what I'm talking about. When you start planning out your characters, then make sure you have a character for the dark side nodes. Make sure you have a character for the light side nodes, and so forth, so on. So here we go. So we're going to find these, and then you'll see here's the hard dark side node. Oh, picked up a couple there. And now you'll see this type of energy right here. This is in that that ship battle type thing, not the arena, but this here. Now this also, they want you to do 3 battles. In this case, he's going to use it to work on getting some shards for Bastilla. So there we go. We picked up a couple more. So that's like 4 shards today for that character. So that's not bad. All right. Let's go back out here. Go back into characters. And again, his light side is actually the resistance trooper. So we'll go in here. There we go. And there. And see, you completed the minimum task. You'll also notice there's still 321 out of 140 energy. Well, this is good. Now you can go in, and in this case, he told me that he also is working on Holdo. So we'll go ahead, we'll pick up a couple more shards there. And now with 161, we can, at this point, you have a couple options. You can go ahead and work on another character, or you can use that energy to go in and maybe pick up some gear. In this case, we're going to go ahead and hold on to this energy right now. Now, they've added recently the mod energies, okay? So we'll go in here to our mod challenges. Now, so what I recommend to newer players, the ones that when you're still collecting a lot of characters and you're lower in your galactic power, this is where you're going to come in here and just keep getting mods. You don't have to worry too much about slicing them up to that 6 dot level yet, unless you have like a really good team that you are trying to work on. But you really want to make your inventory really well. You want to get a lot of characters and really build up some teams. You just want to do it in a specific manner. Okay, so you got health mods and this and that. I like to just kind of go in here and sort of do like a Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, kind of like okay, here's today's Friday, so let's go ahead and I'll do these. And we'll just do full blast. And there, and you'll see all the different mods that, boom, right here. So now he's got all these mods here, and then later on in the day, probably 12 hours from now, he'll probably go in here, do this again, pick up more of this. So moving along, the next thing I like to do, of course, we just took care of our dark side, light side, and now we should be over toward this side of the screen. This also will remind you to maybe go into your guild, and we're going to look, he's got 1,271 guild currency. So this is a good time to go into your guild store, and depending on, this has some really good gear in here, so definitely look and see if there's anything that you need. Also, though, when you're new to the game, this is a good place to get some specialty characters. You can see here Darth Maul, which we're going to go ahead and prioritize that. And you can see he's really close to leveling up Snowtrooper. But we also are working on Stark. He's working on First Order Special Forces TIE Pilot. So again, it's just going to be priority. So what I'll probably do is I'm going to save that for him, and I'll let him decide if he wants to level up his Snowtrooper or whatever the case may be. If you're in a guild, always check out the exchange. I try to tell people all the time, hey, go in here, check out the exchange, because throughout the day, at different times of the day, you're going to get people that, you know, are going to pop in. They're going to need stuff. They play at different times of the day, so you just never know. So go in here, help out your guild mates. So once you kind of do your due diligence, and of course if you want to play any raids or anything, it just depends on your time frame when you're trying to do your daily goals. I usually kind of wait and come back to that after I've done my daily tasks. So now that we've pretty much taken care of a lot of the left side of the screen, now I'm going to start making my way to the right. So we have Squad Arena. Now this, of course, is your main event in a way. This is kind of what you always want to build a decent team for, so you can work your way up the ranks. Because this is where you, at that 6 p.m. or 7 p.m., whenever your payout is, this is when that payout time hits, whatever rank you are is whatever prize pool you're going to get. In this case, he's almost to 1,000, so that would be your next prize pool. So if you go here, you can see the different prize levels, and you can see where it goes up in shards, it goes up in arena currency. So those are all important. And when you're new, I encourage everybody to try to get to this 400, because it costs 400 for 5 character shards. So it's really good to try to get that on a daily basis. Whereas if you're in the 300 like he is, it takes a couple days to sort of grind characters, or like day and a half. You know, it's like that weird number. So try to get to that 400 at least, and then that way you're able to get those 5 shards right away. This here, just like I was telling you, at the end of your daily tasks, you're going to get, right up here, you're going to get a couple hundred of these points. Plus, depending on your rank, like I just showed you, you're going to get additional points. So this is another place to come in here and grind for your toons and farm your toons, basically. So you have a whole nother selection, and there's another great selection in here. Again, it's just your priority on what you want to work on. Now, he's really close to bringing up his Admiral Akbar, but I know he's also working on Kanan Jarrus. This is where you have to be disciplined, because if you're specifically working on a team, it's tempting to just go ahead and get the 5 shards and level up your Akbar. But if you're not really using him right now, then don't stress about it, because you'll have time. If you're, this Phoenix squad, for example, that he's trying to farm, it can be used for so many things. For Admiral Thrawn, for Emperor, these are things that you want to get. So whenever you can, stick to your guns, okay, and farm these things. All right, don't give in. Don't give in to the dark side. All right, so we did that. But now we have to complete 2 battles for your daily tasks. So right now, let's go ahead and get 1 done. I'm just going to pick one of them. I don't know if we're going to win or not. So let's go in here and see if we can win. Okay, so we didn't win, but that's okay. Whether you win or lose, as long as you do 2 arena battles, you're going to sort of win in the long run, because you're going to get your daily tasks. Okay, so let's move on. So now that we got that one done, now we're going to go in here to Galactic War. Now, Galactic War, you have to at least do 1 battle for your daily tasks. But here's where I'm going to take a moment to explain. What you really want to try to do is, see, your first node, you're not going to win any currency. Second node, you get 100, and then it's like every other node. So the 4th node, you're going to get another 100. Then on your 6th node, your halfway point, it doubles. It goes to 200. So if you can beat the halfway point, okay, you will get 400 currency in the first half of this. So if you look in here, you go to redeem. Now you've got another store that you can grind stuff. Now ships, again, you're going to want to build characters. So you can see here another Phoenix squad, and he's working on that. So again, once you complete and you get somebody to 7 stars, go through here, see what your next. Always be planning ahead. Look at the characters that you could get next. So you come in here and say, oh hey, Resistance Pilot is about there, or Captain Phasma, or Magna Trooper, one of these. So always be planning that. So this is another great place to grind shards. Now if you're really die hard and you're doing well, let's go ahead and let's get a battle started. Probably should have taken out Luminara, but anyways, if you're really die hard, okay, if you beat all 12 nodes in Galactic War, you can end up with 1,200 Galactic War currency. So technically, if you played 3 times throughout the day, you could actually get 15 shards, because your store is going to refresh a few times through the day. Okay, that's again why I said it's important to know those times. Know your times. Okay. Alright, so right here, I've just got it on auto. I'm just kind of monitoring, making sure nothing happens. Now, here's kind of another cool thing. Alright, if you're losing, you lose a character during this, before you're defeated, close it. Close the app. And then you can go back in and try it again. Because sometimes maybe you just had the wrong strategy or the wrong character. So go back in until you can almost keep doing that up till the very end. And a lot of times you won't even lose characters, or maybe you might. But okay, so you see here, boom, we got 100 shards, just like I was talking about. Now again, we could keep going, but right now for this video, but again, this is your chance. If you can even just beat that first half, you'll get 400 shards. Second half, you might start running into problems, but you know, hey, you can always restart the next day. So again, that's another place to grind. So we got that out of the way. Now we're going to go over here to ships. Ships has a few different things in here. Now, right here in the fleet battles, this is what I was showing you earlier. We already did our fleet battles. That's this energy right here. We did that, and that was our character grind. Now we'll go in here to fleet challenges. Because you have to do 2 of these, I like to go ahead. Of course, we're not going to worry about trying to do that right now. You're going to do 1 now, and then that'll start your timer. And you can go in here now. You can even check in with your store. Like right here, there's 400. So let's just go in here. We already picked a couple characters and things like that. So because this store doesn't refresh until noon, so it pretty much will stay like this from like 9 p.m. I think it is, or maybe even at midnight it might have refreshed. No, I think 9 p.m. And then it goes all the way to like noon or something like that. But anyways, you can see it was already picked. There's still 400. So in this case, obviously he's waiting to see the next refresh at noon or whatever, and then use currency then. All right. So now go over here to your fleet arena, and then this is where, again, based on your fleet power and kind of looking at things, you're going to go ahead, pick something. Both of them look pretty tough to me based on the ships, but we'll just pick one. It doesn't matter, and we'll see if we can win. Hey, we actually won. Okay, so after you do your fleet arena, again, you'll come in here. And you just want to look everything over. It's like, okay, you did your store, you did your fleet challenges, your fleet arena, your fleet battles. You only have to do 1 fleet arena battle, so that's awesome. So we can go ahead and go back out to the main menu. All right, so we've done all of that. Speaking of ships, again, we kind of made it all the way to the right. Now, here's your shard store. For those of you with 7-star characters, you've unlocked the shard store. This here this is kind of another way to grind once you get up to, when you unlock a lot of characters and you're getting a lot of duplicate shards. This, of course, you'll be able to come in here. Like, for example, on my account, anytime I do the Galactic War and I do all 12 nodes, all the character shards and then the currency, I've got everybody in the store. So I just buy their shards. I use the currency, buy their shards, and then convert it to the shard store currency, and then I use it to grind gear here. So when you're higher level and you're getting a lot of duplicate shards, don't forget to check in here. And even when you're lower level, every once in a while, like you can see here, he's got some. Every once in a while, you'll get some duplicate shards, so it's good to check in here and see if there's anything you need. I mean, this is some pretty good gear in here. All right, so we did the ships, we did the Galactic War. Now, this, of course, is when you can either now come back and maybe hit up some challenges. Like, I'll come back here and say, oh, now the timer's gone down. So this is where you can go ahead and pick up more of this stuff. All right, and again, this is good gear. You definitely want to do this. All right, now this is the time when you're going to want to check in with your arena. And now you can see, oh, hey, I've got another battle that I can fight. Let's go on. Let's try to take on this squad here. All right. Wish me luck. Hey, we did it. We got another victory. So we beat the Phoenix squad. By the way, if you're close in Galactic Power and you're struggling against the Phoenix team, like for example, you know, he's got 59,000. He just went up against a 58,000 Phoenix squad. So you want to focus on Chopper first, and just, I played it on auto, but I clicked on Chopper first, let him just keep it getting Chopper, and then as soon as I got Chopper done, I went for Syndulla. So once you get her done, then you can go to Ezra, and then Kanan, and then Zeb. So that's the order I'm able to defeat Phoenix Squad in. Here, let's do our, we got to go into our ships, and for when you're lower level, you got to enhance a ship. I don't have to do that on mine, but again, this is part of a routine. So go in here, find a ship to enhance. There we go. It's so weird playing lower level accounts. I miss my account already. But at any time, if you forget which quest you still need, by all means, go in here and claim all your daily tasks, and then you'll find the ones that you forgot. And I do it all the time. Sometimes I'll forget one too. So go in here, claim your stuff, and looks like we got all the daily rewards. So there. So that's something you definitely want to do. Now at this point, okay, if you needed to go or you don't have a lot of time to invest, hey, you can come back through the day and do more stuff. You know, obviously you want to come back, you want to work on your challenges. You can see here there's still 4 minutes left, so if you don't want to wait around, but don't forget to come back in here. Now, one last thing before we end the video is this energy here. Like we said earlier, you could work on another character, more shards, or in this case, after we've played some of these different things, daily routines, go into your characters. Take a look and see what you've earned. You know, obviously we've gotten a chance to, we can level up some gear on Ezra, we can level up some gear toward Zeb. So for example, let's just say we wanted, because Zeb is sort of a weak link right now, let's say we go in here and we build him up. Well, you know, you might come in here and see, oh man, I just need one for this gear. So come in here, and this is why we have that energy. Okay? See? That way you can grind. There you go. We just picked up some more of that stuff. Alright. Boom. Now you're going to click to the next thing. Oh look, he only needs, you know, one thing. So now you'll come in here. Hey, you got the thing. You notice I like to simulate like, you know, 3 times usually. But you can just work your way around and see what all things that you can use that little bit of energy for, and this is where you can work on gearing up some of your people. Alright, took us like 6 for that. That's crazy. But we'll just come in here. Like I said, that's just part of the grind. Alright. We'll try 3. Oh, they actually gave us 3. That's nice. And it doesn't hurt to over farm gear sometimes. Sometimes if you accidentally get more than you need, well, guess what? It's going to help for the next thing. Now we also got to promote him. And I believe we also had another promotion I think we needed. Again, I'm not familiar with this account, so just bear with me. Alright, so we'll go in here. we're talking about with that gearing. Now you can see here he needs 5. So maybe you'll skip that for a second. Go in here. Oh, this only needs 1. So go in here. This is what I like to do. Again, I'm just showing you what I like to, how I like to work this stuff. So there, I like to try to do what I call the low-hanging fruit. Try to get the low-hanging stuff. If it just takes 1 piece of gear, do that. And then now, if you want to work on those 5, maybe you want to request it from the guild. Let's just do that. Because especially when you're in a high-level guild, people will eat that stuff right up, and next thing you know, you'll have that filled quickly. Because so many people that are higher level will have that stuff. So maybe those 5, they'll fill that, and then later on you can come back and fill in that. So maybe you can go over here and say, oh, well, hey, look, I've got, Chopper, I've got Syndulla. Here's some gear that we can get going. And again, that's why it's so important to check in like this. Look at your gear, equip it, and you can see we're just making some good headway. Going here, and what do we got? We got pretty much the same thing like we just saw in Zeb, So again, you guys get the idea. I'm not going to sit there and work on this guy's account, but you can see the different things that you can go in here, and of course, your purple stuff. I know that he's working on Bastilla, so we'll start back up here, and look at that. Able to go in and really level up some characters. So anytime you get chances to do that, again, this is why I wanted to make this video for you guys out there, because I wanted you to see all the different places that you can and think about all the characters that we worked on today. So if you look at this as we summarize this video, you can see we built up Bastilla here. We worked on every single one of these characters and then some. We also was able to work on other characters sometimes. Sometimes you'll get additional shards for things. Now you can see here, for example, Boba Fett, through whatever, he's ready to go up another gear level, and he's one of the top characters. So this is an opportunity to go ahead, and we just took Boba up to another level. So that's awesome. So now you guys can see a general strategy. Now again, is this something that's going to work for every single person? No, I mean, everybody's going to have their own little takes. You might want to work, like right to left, clockwise, or whatever works best for you. I just wanted to show you my strategy and some of the things that I do to efficiently, and I've been doing this for a couple of years, kind of the same strategy. I try to think efficiently, like what all can I do efficiently through the day. So again, there's so much more to this game. I just wanted to spend a little bit of time, show you guys what I thought and kind of my process. So I really hope you enjoyed the video. If you enjoy the video, please just hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already. And of course, I do a lot of live gaming at times now, so hit that notification bell so you know when I go live, and you can come laugh at me or watch me, or sometimes I might even do something impressive. But again, guys, I'm Samurai Jedi. Thank you for watching my video, and remember, if I can do it, you can do it. I believe in you. Thank you, and we'll see you in the next video.